Ship's organization and duties responsibilities. So, what is ship's organization? To better understand how the chain of command flows on board, one must look at the vessel's organizational chart. This chart shows various departments running the ship, including their department's head. Each of the crew function based on their ranks outlined in their job description. Shipboard organizations make it easy for everyone to identify the degree of responsibility of every person on board. This is the example of ship's organization chart. The first one is master or captain. The captain or master is the ship's highest responsible officer, acting on behalf of the ship's owner, operator, or manager. The captain or master is legally responsible for the day-to-day management of the ship. It is his or her responsibility to ensure that all the departments perform legally to the ship's, the owner, operator, or manager requirements. He or she is the overall command. Deck department. What is deck department? The deck department is the unit responsible for navigation, watchkeeping, maintenance of the ship's hull, cargo hold preparation, loading and unloading of cargoes. The second one is chief officer. The chief officer is the master's second in command. He is the person to take over the control of the ship whenever the master is incapacitated. Second officer typically stands at 12 to 4 watch AM and PM. The second officer is also called the navigational officer. Since he is the navigational officer, his main duty revolves around the bridge. He is in charge of fixing the voyage plans, chart correction, and publication updates. Third officer. What is the duty of third officer? He is usually the safety officer on board. This means that his duty involves the care and maintenance of all life-saving and firefighting equipment. Deck cadet. What is the duty of deck cadet? A deck cadet's duties depend on the culture of the ship. On some vessels, he spends his time mostly on deck doing maintenance together with the ratings. The main duty of cadet is training. He must learn the different jobs on board. He can achieve this through immersion. Bosun. What is duty of bosun? The bosun is the head of the unlicensed deck department. With direct supervision from the chief officer, his main duty is keeping a good maintenance of the ship's hull. Pumpman. A pumpman assists the chief officer during loading, discharging, and crude oil washing. Additionally, his duty also involves assisting in ballasting, deballasting, inerting, purging, gas freeing, and tank washing. Able-bodied seaman, or also known as AB, the ABs are usually the ones steering the vessel during pilotage. They are either watchkeepers or day workers. As watchkeepers, they are partnered with the deck officer, respectively. They are the ones doing all the maintenance jobs on deck like chipping, buffing, painting, washing, and greasing. Ordinary seaman, or also known as OS. An ordinary seaman is the entry-level rank in the deck department. His duty is very much like the ABs, however, they require much supervision, especially the new ones. Hence, they are partnered with an experienced AB. Ordinary seamen are not allowed to steer the ship even if they have the necessary certificates. They are also not permitted to perform working aloft and tank entries. Engine department. What is engine department? Engineering department is the term used referring to the crew working below deck or inside the engine room. The engine's crew job is to keep the running and in good working order. Their work includes inspection, maintenance, and repair of machineries. These include the main engine, which is the heart of the ship. The first one in engine department is chief engineer. The head of the shipboard engineering department is the chief engineer. He is the overall in charge of engine room safety, machinery operation, maintenance, bunkering, and technical administration. Especially, he keeps very much attention to the paperwork, checklists, and managerial tasks within his department. He answers directly to the captain. Second engineer. What is the duty of second engineer? The second engineer is the rank below chief engineer. He is the executive officer of the ship's engine department. Since the chief engineer is buried with the paperwork, the second engineer does the planning, scheduling, delegating, and directing the maintenance plan inside the engine room. Third engineer. What is the duty of third engineer? He is responsible for the general maintenance of the machinery and equipment. Under the supervision of the second engineer, he ensures that there are sufficient bunkers in the day tanks. Fourth engineer. A fourth engineer's job includes studying and practicing the third engineer's duties. His day starts with a toolbox meeting with the other engineers and crew. Junior engineer. Junior engineer works under the supervision of the second engineer and reports to chief engineer about the progress. A junior engineer is not responsible for any operation on the ship, but they should get involved in every activity to learn as much as possible. Engine cadet. Like the deck cadet, an engine cadet's duty is mainly to learn the different jobs in the engine department. His training scheme is directly supervised by the second engineer. Oiler. A motorman or oiler's job includes inspection and maintenance of pumps, motors, turbines, and condensers. On board, his care for this equipment involves greasing, lubricating, derusting, and painting if necessary. Junior rating. Engine room ratings are possible for maintaining shipboard machinery through routine oiling, greasing and servicing, stripping, repairing, and fitting equipment parts, and assisting engineering officers monitor the smooth and safe running of the main plant, ship's engine, and other essential equipment. Electronic or electrical engineer. He is responsible for maintenance of all the electrical motors on ship, in engine room, and on deck. Electrical cadet. They will also assist engineering officer in maintaining the ship's main engines and running and maintaining all mechanical equipment, including the operation and maintenance of pumps and fuel systems, electrical generating and distribution equipment, refrigeration, air conditioning plant, lifts, and cranes. Steward department. What is steward department? In most merchant vessels, the steward department comprises the smallest number of crew in the shipboard organization. Sometimes they are also called the galley catering department. Their main job is to prepare meals for the crew, not just ordinary meals but the delicious and healthy ones. Chief steward. This is the most senior member of the stewards department and has a supervisory role. The steward generally instructs other personnel on daily duties such as cooking and serving meals, cleaning and maintenance, and overseeing inventory and ordering supplies. Cook. A chief cook's job is to prepare and cook the meals for the crew. He maintains the cleanliness and orderliness inside the galley and the provision room. Steward. Galley stewards are in charge of cleaning all food preparation work areas, galleys, dish pot, washers, and related onboard venues. Guys, for watching!